action thriller starring Gerard Butler. He's been on a long streak of these for quite some time now. In this movie, Gerard Butler plays a pilot for an aircraft. He's, just taking people from point A to point B, should be, a standard flight for him. One passenger in particular on this flight, though, is this prisoner. I guess he's getting transported from one area to another. He's gonna be on this plane craft, so, that adds some tension among him and the other passengers. However, that becomes the least of their problems when Gerard Butler is forced to pilot them through this horrible storm that unfortunately results in them crash landing in the Philippines. And now they're stranded there. They have what seems to be no way of getting in touch with the airlines to send help for them. All the while, a militia is coming after them, intending to kill them, hold them for hostage, for ransom, whatever they want to do with them. So now Gerard Butler's gonna team up with this criminal that was on board with them, and they're gonna find a way to get all these people safe and back home. I like Gerard Butler. He kind of does his thing. He knows what kind of genre actor he is, and he stays in that lane, and I respect that. And he has been in some solid action thrillers throughout his career, so knowing that he was gonna be in something like this, I had a feeling he could deliver. But then again, it was getting released in the month of January, and that's never a month to inspire confidence into people. But I will say, what we ended up getting here was a really solid action movie that felt like it belonged in the 90s. And that's not a bad thing. What I really mean by that is, it's just a very simple action thriller. You kind of know how everything's gonna go down, but you're on board with this ride, you're here for the fun, and it fulfills that. Gerard Butler plays Gerard Butler in the movie. He's this genre actor. He knows what he is now. He's just this action star, and that's what he's gonna be. He's gonna be this badass. He's gonna be this leader. He's gonna be this protector. He tells all these passengers, we're gonna get you out of here. We're gonna get you all home safe. And the leadership and the experience that he exudes, you can tell the characters believe him, and you believe him. Also, I'm gonna say this right now, Mike Colter, who many of you might know, he played Luke Cage in the Marvel series. He's really good in this movie too, as this criminal murderer who's kind of on this plane with them. I liked his character, he's, really intimidating looking. People don't want to be around him. People hear what he did. People are like, okay, we're stuck here now with this guy. He might become our biggest problem. But he's more complex of a character than that. He has a past, he has a history, and ultimately he wants to get home too, and he's got nothing against these people. I mean, it makes for a very interesting dynamic with him and Gerard Butler. It's like they both know if they're gonna survive and they're gonna get these people to survive, they have to depend on each other and work together. And yeah, I'll say as much. The militia in this movie, namely the leader of them, I mean, they're the generic bad guys that you see in all these movies. It's like, think of them a little bit like the terrorist group in Die Hard, but there's no Hans Gruber here. There's no memorable leader here. They say there's a guy that they follow and they listen to, and that's all he is. Because, somebody has to be in charge, but it doesn't mean they're going to be a memorable villain for the story. But I will give the militia this much. When they show up, they are intimidating, they mean business. You can see they have no regard for these people. They're just like, if they can bring us any kind of profit or any kind of benefit to us, that's all they're going to be. It makes for intense moments, and it increases the urgency that Gerard Butler and Mike Colter have in needing to save them and get them out of here. I'm also glad this movie went for the R rating, because I feel like in that case it could show the brutality of these people a little bit more. It made the action scenes a lot more intense. Yeah, when fights happen, when shooting happens, when shit is really hitting the fan, you feel it. Sometimes the action is geared to be more fun, sometimes it's geared to be more intense, but it nailed both sides of them very well. Also, what I also really like this movie did is it shows the other side of it. Normally in situations like this, you have the hero, they're trying to lead people to safety and freedom, but we don't see the other side of it. And that other side is the corporate side, the business side. It's like, okay, people understand, the airline understands that a plane had a really horrible accident. There are people out there that need to get home. How do you get them home safely when they land in a really bad part of the world? There's like one guy in particular who's kind of like the head of all of it. I don't know the actor's name or what the character's name was, but I really liked him in the movie. Because he quickly comes in and he knows exactly what has to be done. He's like, okay, we need to send a group of people here. We need to track the coordinates here. We need him to get to this point to be able to radio us where exactly they are. Just like bam, 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 knew exactly what had to be done. And I like saying that. And I can give people reassurance. Like, hey, God forbid you're ever in a horrible plane accident. There is someone in charge who knows how to deal with this shit. And I will say the final act of this movie, I think it really brings it home. Between the arcs with the certain characters, the action that goes down, how intense everything is happening. You're sitting there like, oh my gosh, you're like, there's no way everybody gets out of here alive. This movie does a great job of illustrating how certain people respond and act in times of being in a hostage situation. And it made for, dare I say, an epic finale. So all in all, playing as an action thriller, it really nails both sides of the action and the thriller. Gerard Butler does his job in this movie. I really like seeing the dynamic between him and Mike Colter in this movie. The militia are generic bad guys, but you know what? That's all you're looking for in a movie like this. The action really works in this movie. The thrills and the intense moments really hit in this movie. And in the end, is it going to be one of the most memorable movies of the year? No, but you walk out of the theater feeling satisfied. Like, your time was not wasted, you had a good time with it, and it gave you what you wanted. And it's really weird. The month of January is almost over, and I have yet to see a movie that makes me want to put myself through a wall. I mean, maybe that's a sign that 2023 is going to be a hell of a great year for movies for us, or there's going to be a month that comes out of nowhere where we're just going to get hit with a bunch of shit. I don't like to be negative, but it's probably going to be that one. So that's all I'm going to say, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video, and as always, don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.